Liverpool fans, before we dive into today's breaking story, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications so you never miss a single update on your club. This channel is your #1 stop for all the latest Liverpool transfer news, tactical insights, deep dives into the squad, and exclusive breakdowns of what's really happening behind the scenes at Anfield. If you live and breathe the Reds, if you love the drama of transfer season, and if you want to be the first to know every twist and turn in Liverpool's journey, then subscribing is the best way to stay informed. Now, let's get into the huge update surrounding Real Madrid star Rodrygo, his future under Xabi Alonso, and what this means for Liverpool as the transfer window enters its most decisive phase. So, here's the headline. Rodrygo's immediate future at Real Madrid has been confirmed, at least for now. Los Blancos manager Xabi Alonso has come forward ahead of Madrid's La Liga opener against Osasuna and insisted that he is counting on everyone in his squad. A statement that includes Rodrygo, who has been heavily linked with a move to Liverpool this summer. The Brazilian winger has been officially listed in the squad for Madrid's first competitive game of the season, a detail that suggests he remains part of Alonso's short-term plans despite the ongoing transfer speculation. But as any football fan knows, especially during the final 2 weeks of the transfer window, what's said in public can be very different from what happens behind closed doors. Now, let's put this into perspective. Rodrygo is 24 years old, entering what many would call the prime of his career. At Real Madrid, he's been something of a frustrating figure, talented, highly rated, but never quite given the consistent starting role that many expected when he arrived from Santos's back. In 2019, under Carlo Ancelotti last season, his role was reduced. He started fewer matches than expected and often found himself competing with the likes of Vinicius Jr., Jude Bellingham drifting forward, and the emergence of young stars who are reshaping Madrid's attack. Then came the FIFA Club World Cup this past summer, where Alonso, in his first major showcase as Madrid's head coach, only started Rodrygo in one of the 6 matches. That fact alone sent alarm bells ringing across Europe, particularly in England, where clubs like Liverpool began to monitor his situation very closely. Liverpool's transfer window has been nothing short of dramatic. We've already seen major changes in the attacking department. Ben Doak, the highly promising Scottish winger, is on his way out with a move to Bournemouth expected to be completed for around $34 million. That deal signals not only Liverpool's willingness to cash in on young talent, but also their determination to reshape their forward options for Arne Slot's first full season in charge. At the same time, Liverpool have been locked in one of the most intense transfer sagas of the summer pursuing. Newcastle United striker Alexander Isak, the Swedish international, has been seen as the Reds' marquee target, a player who could transform the attack and provide both goals and versatility. But, as we know, Newcastle are playing hardball. Tension has grown around the negotiations, and despite reports of a second bid and even talk of a potential £15 million discount, there is still no guarantee that a deal will be struck before the window closes. This is where Rodrygo comes in. For months, he has been positioned as an alternative option, someone Liverpool could turn to if the Isak pursuit drags on too long or collapses entirely. The Brazilian offers pace, dribbling, and technical ability that would fit seamlessly into Liverpool's attacking system. Imagine Rodrygo on the right-hand side, drifting in to combine with Mohamed Salah, or even stepping into a role where he could eventually succeed the Egyptian if and when Salah departs in the near future. From a tactical standpoint, Rodrygo's profile matches what Liverpool often look for in a forward intelligent movement: ability to stretch defenses and clinical finishing when given the opportunity. But here's the catch. While Alonso says he's counting on Rodrygo, his statement was deliberately vague. "I'm counting on everyone," he told reporters from Marca and other Spanish outlets during his pre-match press conference. That kind of phrasing is classic manager speak. It leaves the door wide open for future decisions. It doesn't say Rodrygo is indispensable. It doesn't say he's guaranteed a starting role. It simply means that for now, with the season kicking off, Alonso wants to focus on the squad at hand. The truth is, Real Madrid's depth in attack could still make Rodrygo expendable if the right offer comes along. Rodrygo's situation is further complicated by Madrid's wider transfer plans. The Spanish giants are constantly linked with blockbuster moves, whether that's for Kylian Mbappe, Erling Haaland, or another global superstar. If one of those signings were to materialize, Rodrygo would likely find himself even further down the pecking order. Liverpool, therefore, are keeping a very close eye, knowing that Madrid might be willing to negotiate in the late stages of the window if they need to balance the books or make room in their squad. From Liverpool's point of view, the timing couldn't be more delicate. The Reds have just 2 weeks left to finalize their business. Arne Slot is eager to shape the squad into his vision, and the attack is a key area of focus. With Doak departing and uncertainty over Isak, Liverpool's recruitment team led by Richard Hughes must weigh their options carefully. Do they continue pushing for Isak, a natural striker who would command a huge fee and wages but could become the centerpiece of the attack? Or do they pivot towards Rodrygo, who might be available for a slightly lower cost and could slot into the wide attacking positions immediately? Now, let's talk about fan reaction. Among Liverpool supporters, opinions are divided. Some see Rodrygo as a brilliant Optina, Champions League proven winger who could bring flair and unpredictability to the team. They point to his performances in big games for Madrid, particularly in the Champions League knockouts, where he has shown an ability to deliver under pressure. Others, however, worry that Liverpool might be settling for a secondary target, especially if the Isak deal collapses. The concern is whether Rodrygo would provide the goal-scoring consistency that the Reds desperately need to compete with Manchester City, Arsenal, and the rest of the Premier League's elite this season. Let's also consider how this fits into the Salah narrative. The Egyptian king remains the focal point of Liverpool's attack. But with his contract situation and age, there's always speculation about his long-term future at Anfield. Some insiders believe that Liverpool are already planning for life after Salah, and targeting players like Rodrygo could be part of that strategy. Rodrygo, at 24, could be developed into a long-term replacement, learning directly alongside Salah before eventually taking on the mantle himself. On the Real Madrid side, Alonso's comments and Rodrygo's inclusion in the squad for the Osasuna match suggests stability, for now. But as we've seen countless times in football, particularly at Madrid, things can change very quickly. A poor run of form, a major signing, or even player unrest can shift the situation dramatically. If Rodrygo feels he isn't valued or guaranteed consistent minutes, he might push for a move himself, opening the door for Liverpool to swoop in late in the window. Looking ahead, the next 2 weeks will be absolutely crucial. Liverpool must decide whether to put all their energy into forcing Newcastle's hand over Isak, or whether to engage Madrid in talks about Rodrygo. Financially, both deals would require significant investment, but each represents a different type of gamble. Isak would be a striker to build the attack around, while Rodrygo would be more of a versatile winger who complements the existing setup. Either way, Liverpool need clarity soon, because going into the new season without another major attacking addition could be a huge risk. So, to sum it up, Rodrygo is staying at Real Madrid for now. Xabi Alonso has confirmed that he will be part of the squad for their La Liga opener, but that doesn't necessarily mean he'll be untouchable in the transfer market. Liverpool remained very attentive to his situation, especially with the Isak deal hanging in the balance. The next fortnight could see dramatic developments, and fans should buckle up for a tense finale to the transfer window. And once again, Liverpool supporters, if you want every twist and turn of this story delivered straight to you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button if you're excited about the idea of Rodrygo in a Liverpool shirt, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Liverpool should go Elan for Alexander Isak, or is Rodrygo the smarter option for Arne Slot's new-look attack? Stay tuned, because we'll be covering every breaking update, every confirmed deal, and every bit of inside transfer news as Liverpool continue to shape their squad for the season. Ahead,